Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will learn how to containerize our Java application using a Docker file. We will walk through creating a Docker file, building a Docker image, and running our application within a Docker container. We will start by containerizing our application with the help of Docker file and then running it on the same machine as of now in this video. I have a GitHub demo project where I have made a basic changes to the code so that when we run our container, it should at least show a hello world text on the web browser. So for that, I went to this file demo application.java and updated this code with this hello world method so that it can we can see hello world on the web browser. Okay, so let's move on to the machine now. So for this video, I have already built the project using a mvn package command that we have already seen in my last video. So let's check the contents. So we can see after building, we get the target folder. So over here, we already have the target folder as I already built the application. So let's go into the target folder. We can see we have the executable ready, which is a .jar file. Okay, as now we already have a jar file, we can directly dive into a Docker file contents. So let's start making our Docker file. I will use a VI editor. Okay, so the very first command will be a from command. From OpenJDK JDK slim. This line will basically specify a base image that we will be going to use for our application, which is OpenJDK 17. Next command that we will be writing is the expose command. Basically to expose port 8080, because when our container runs, it will create a temporary Tomcat server on which our application runs, and the default port for Tomcat server is 8080. Next, we are setting up an environment variable. I have given the name as code underscore dir to environment variable, which demonstrates the path user source app. Now what I will do is I will copy the target jar file to this path and name it as app.jar. Next, I will change the working directory with the help of work dir command, and I will reference it using a environment variable which is code underscore dir. Now we have all set and everything in place. We just need to run the application as well. So how we will run our application? So we need to provide a command for that. So the command that is responsible for running our application is this. So we are running the command by java-jar and app.jar. Okay, so let's save the content of our Docker file. Let me verify using a cat command. Okay, so we have the from command expose port 8080. We have set the environment variable. We have copied the target jar file to our code directory. We have changed the working directory, and we have a command in place to run the application as well. With our Docker file ready, let's proceed to build the Docker image. For building the Docker image, we will use a Docker build command, which is docker build -t demo underscore project. So over here, and the current directory I will put as dot. So over here, demo project, I'm naming the image as demo project with the help of the option -t, which is also known as tag. And I'm specifying the current directory because our Docker file is present in this directory only. So let's run this. Okay, we see all the steps are completed and it's successfully built. So it shows all the steps that we have mentioned in our Docker file, s- starting with the OpenJDK 17 exposing the port, creating the environment variable, copying the target.jar file, changing the work directory, and the command. So let's verify if this image is created or not using a Docker images command. Actually, I had couple of images already created for my testing purpose, but we can see we have our demo underscore project image that we have just now created. Now, in order to run our application, we need to run a Docker container using this Docker image. So we can run this Docker image via Docker run command. So let's try that out. Docker run hyphen d hyphen name demo underscore project underscore container. I will explain all the options that I am using. -p 8080 and 8080 and demo underscore project. So if we take a closer look on this command, so it starts with docker run minus -d is means a detached mode that the running the container in the background. Then hyphen name is the assigns the name as demo project container to our container that we are creating. Then -p represents the port, maps port 8080 of the host to port 8080 of the container. So to the left of this column is the host port, and to the right of this column is the container port. So for ease, we can understand like this: when this container will be run on our host machine on this VM1, it will run on 8080 port. So this is the host port. And second is container port, which is also I am specifying as 8080. That means the application inside the container will run on port 8080. And last thing is the image that we will be using. So we will be using this demo project. So I have specified demo project. So let's run this. Okay, so we see we got this build number created. That means the container is running. To check if our container is running or not, we can use command docker ps, and we can see the demo project that we just now created. This image is running 14 seconds ago, and we have the ports ready, and this is the name of the container. Now that the container is up and running, we can access our application using um, our public IP address, which is, let me go to my VM. This was my VM. I will copy paste the public IP address. I will open a browser, and from the run command, docker run command, we have specified that on the host machine it will be accessible over port 8080. So we will specify this, and voila, we can see hello world displayed on the web. So just a quick note on this 8080. So when you are doing a hands-on and creating a virtual machine, make sure you open ports that is required, that you are specifying in while running the commands. So over here, if I go to my network security group, inbound security rules, I have I have opened ports 8000 to 9000. So that's why I was able to access this port on my machine as well. Okay, so and there you have it. We have successfully containerized our Java application using Docker, allowing us to easily deploy it across different environments. And hence we are able to see that it's running up and running, and application is also running. So stay tuned for my next video where we will explore sharing Docker images and running containers on different machines. Thanks for watching.